Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to discuss a topic that has become increasingly relevant in our modern world: cashless payments. Whether it's using a credit card, mobile wallet, or online payment platform, many of us are relying less and less on physical cash to make transactions. But, like any technological advancement, cashless payments come with both advantages and disadvantages. In this presentation, I'll explore both sides of the debate and analyze how cashless payments are affecting our daily lives. Let's begin with the pros of using cashless payments, the advantages that have made this method so popular in recent years. First, convenience. The most obvious benefit of cashless payments is the convenience they provide. Gone are the days when you had to carry cash around, worry about making sure you had enough money for your purchase, or even deal with the hassle of receiving and counting change. With cashless payments, all you need is your credit/debit card or a smartphone. You can make payments in seconds, and sometimes even without entering a PIN or password. This ease of use has made shopping, both online and offline, quicker and more efficient. Additionally, with the ability to store multiple payment methods in one place, such as using a mobile wallet like Apple Pay or Google Pay, you don't need to worry about forgetting your wallet at home. Everything you need is right at your fingertips. Second, enhanced security. Another major advantage of cashless payments is the security they offer. Carrying large sums of cash can put you at risk of theft or loss. If your cash is stolen, it's gone for good. However, with digital payments, many services offer added layers of security, such as encryption, two-factor authentication, and fraud protection. In the case of a lost or stolen card, you can typically block the card immediately, reducing the risk of any unauthorized transactions. Additionally, mobile wallets and apps often require biometric verification, like fingerprints or face recognition, making it even harder for someone else to use your account. Cashless payments also create an automatic transaction history, which can be helpful for monitoring your spending, identifying fraudulent charges, and even for tax purposes. Third, faster transactions. For both businesses and consumers, cashless payments are faster. This is particularly important in today's fast-paced world where people are constantly on the move. In physical stores, transactions are often completed in a matter of seconds with just a swipe or tap of a card or phone. This has drastically reduced the time spent at checkout counters, leading to shorter queues and more efficient service. Online shopping has also benefited from cashless payments. When you make a purchase online, the payment process is seamless and instant. You don't need to worry about counting cash or handling coins, and the transaction can be completed in a few clicks. Fourth, record keeping and budgeting. Cashless payments provide an automatic record of all your transactions, which makes it easier to track your spending and create budgets. Many apps and services automatically categorize your spending, helping you understand where your money is going and giving you insights into your financial habits. For people who find it difficult to stick to a budget or keep track of their expenses, cashless payments can be a helpful tool for financial management. Additionally, cashless transactions often come with rewards, such as cashback or loyalty points, which can be redeemed later. These incentives encourage consumers to use their payment cards more often and, in turn, benefit from additional perks. Now that we've looked at the benefits, let's examine the cons of using cashless payments, the potential downsides. Fifth, privacy concerns. One of the biggest concerns with cashless payments is the loss of privacy. Every time you make a cashless transaction, there is a digital record of that purchase. This data can be tracked and analyzed by financial institutions, businesses, and sometimes even government agencies. While this data is often used for targeted marketing or fraud prevention, it also raises concerns about surveillance and the potential misuse of personal information. With cash, you have the ability to make anonymous purchases, but with cashless payments, your spending habits are being tracked. For people who value their privacy, this is a major downside of cashless payments. Sixth, accessibility issues. Not everyone has access to the tools needed for cashless payments. While cashless transactions are growing, they still exclude certain groups of people. For example, individuals without bank accounts or access to digital payment methods, such as mobile phones or credit cards, may struggle to participate in the digital economy. This is particularly true in some developing countries or for older generations who may not be as familiar with digital payment platforms. The move toward a cashless society could potentially leave these groups behind, widening the gap between the tech-savvy and those who are not. Additionally, some small businesses or remote areas might not have the infrastructure needed to process digital payments, meaning people in those areas could still be dependent on cash. Vulnerability to cyber attacks and fraud. While cashless payments can be secure, they're also vulnerable to cyber attacks and fraud. Hackers may target payment systems or databases to steal sensitive financial information, and the consequences can be devastating for victims. If your personal data, such as credit card numbers, are stolen, it can be a lengthy and complicated process to resolve the issue, especially if you've made purchases on multiple platforms. Furthermore, some people may be more susceptible to scams, such as phishing attacks, where fraudsters trick you into revealing your payment information. Since online transactions don't have the immediate physical presence of a cashier or store attendant, it can be easier for criminals to take advantage of unsuspecting consumers. Over-reliance on technology. Another downside to cashless payments is the potential for over-reliance on technology. What happens if the payment system goes down or if there's an internet outage? Without access to your payment method, you might find yourself unable to make purchases, even if you have money in your bank account. This is especially problematic in areas where digital payment systems are the primary way to buy goods and services. An outage or failure of payment infrastructure could cause major disruptions to daily life. Additionally, younger generations, who are more likely to use cashless payment methods, may lose the habit of managing physical money. This could potentially lead to issues with financial discipline, as it's much easier to overspend when you don't physically see the money leaving your hands. In conclusion, cashless payments offer a wide range of advantages, from convenience and security to speed and financial management tools. They allow for quick transactions, reduced risk of theft, and more accessible record keeping. However, they also come with challenges such as privacy concerns, accessibility issues, vulnerability to fraud, and a potential over-reliance on technology. Would you like to discuss this further or dive into specific examples of how cashless payments are impacting different industries?